people have signed on to that, and you can read that and see the endorsees. And you can see by the fact that we're sending it to committee out of my office pretty quick, that my support, and I suspect it'll be on the calendar. Representative Tilley, you want to comment on that?
I mean, I think you can look at the House concurrent resolution that was passed out of general laws last night. I think we're going to try and send several messages to our congressional delegation and the people in D.C. because clearly they're not listening to the people of this state and this country. And so, and last night the vote was in a bipartisan way. We had a Democrat that voted with the resolution. So I look forward to bringing resolutions like that and others like it up on the House floor and hopefully send a message to D.C. that we're not happy with what they're doing.
How far does this go, though? If you do it, we won't play, or just we're not happy?
Well, I don't think we need to make it because we don't even know what the bill is going to look like if it becomes law. But I certainly think the people in my district, and I think the people that these individuals represent, are not real happy with the way things are going on in D.C. and business as usual, where you're buying votes and you're promising things to people from Nebraska and Louisiana gets a special deal. That's not how government should work. That's not how the people of this state expect it to work. And I think as their representatives, it's our job to make sure that their voice is heard, and if it requires a House resolution to do that, that's exactly what we're going to do.
You stated clearly Washington is not listening.
Let me, Speaker Pratt, you have a comment? Yeah. Let me get a comment first, and then Tim, you want to make a comment on that rally too, and then we'll keep some questions going here.
I think you saw there are over 75 co-sponsors to Representative Jones's resolution. And we believe that our voices and our constituents' voices are not being heard in Washington. And here in Jefferson City, we're going to give a voice to those people, and they're going to hear us in Washington, D.C. And that's what we're committed to do. And that was what the rally was about today. And you saw a bipartisan vote last night. We expect a bipartisan vote on the House floor. We expect Republicans and Democrats to lend all their voices to this debate and to say folks in Washington are not paying attention to their constituents back at home.
Is your caucus prepared to take up the constitutional amendment that's been proposed, calling for like an opt-out or trying to block the mandates?
I think, as the majority leader said, we'll wait for the final product and make a decision. Tim, do you want to make an observation of what the question was about the rally a while ago?
Yes, we had, I believe, several thousand people in the Capitol this morning between the rotunda and the floors above. It was an extremely busy crowd. They're visiting all of the offices now. The Senate joint resolution sponsored by Senator Cunningham has 20 Senate co-sponsors. The House joint resolution sponsored by myself has 75 House co-sponsors. It's not an opt-out. It is a constitutional amendment asking the citizens of the state of Missouri if they want to protect the health care freedoms, choices, and liberties that they currently have, whether they want to say no to any federal mandate, whether it's now, 10 years from now, or 20 years from now, that says you have to go to this doctor, you have to have this insurance plan, you have to spend your money in a certain way. That would be unprecedented on the federal level. It's never been done before. We're asking the citizens of our state if they want to protect what they currently have. That's all the resolutions do.
Well, Mr. Fluke, Tim, you just said something in terms of what
he looks like Tim Jones.
Very similar stature.
Fit on the diet.
Can you pass that resolution when you don't know what the language in the federal bill is?
Yes, I would urge you to read the resolution. If you read the resolution, you'll understand that it does not matter what the federal bill is. The resolution says, do we want to protect the current choices and liberties we have to buy whatever insurance product we want, or to not have insurance at all? Many people self-insure for whatever reason. They're either able to do it because they're in a good point in life where they can self-insure, or they're maybe young, or whatever. It protects the current choices and freedoms they have. It does not matter what Washington does this year.
Did you have a question, Sunshine?
Yeah. These protecting your tax dollars bullet points reduce fraud and abuse in the Medicaid system. There's been a report out the Attorney General's got one of the best reductions of that as it is. What is there a problem there that I missed?
Apparently there is, because the new president says there's waste, fraud, and abuse, and our former governor said that, so I assume there is, and we keep looking for it.
Okay. We can do better.
And so what will the caucus or the House do to specifically address that?
We'll be letting you know here in due course. Tony, you have something?
On the issue of the pro-life agenda that you mentioned and that Lieutenant Governor Peter Kinder mentioned, during last night's Eco-Devo bill, Missouri Right to Life said that they would oppose the bill unless there was specific language added to the bill that would add some sort of stem cell protections to that bill. Is that gonna be a problem for that economic development bill?
Tim's talking to me about that, I just haven't scheduled a meeting, we'll address that, and I'll have an answer for you, I just haven't talked to Tim about it.
Do you believe that such language needs to be added to that bill?
I'm not sure, but I'm not gonna say yes or no, I just don't know yet.
Can you add such language, given that right now, the constitutional law of the state supports stem cell research?
We are pro-life, and we don't believe in cloning, and, you know, we will take the necessary steps to protect our pro-life voters and our pro-life caucus, but we will have a discussion within our caucus, and I will let you know exactly what Tim is proposing amendment-wise or change-wise, if he does at all. And I suggest you have a conversation with him, but he and I haven't had that conversation. Frankly, I didn't know that was a discussion at the committee, but we'll talk. Anything else? Okay, thank you.